Hello everybody, so it's that time again. We're going to have a great hour, by the way, with Scarlett Rose Crafts in just a moment, the lovely Barbara and Julie. But we have to spin the wheel, and the burning question is, what will the wheel decide for this hour? Let's find out, everybody. Chloe, can I have a ooh? Ooh, here we go. Where's it going to land? Let's make it good. Oh. It's a 10%. Thank you, Lou. So there we go. Just enter the code DEAL10 and you're going to save a further 10% on everything on the show. You can see the full T's and C's on our website. So let me just explain. Receive 10% off during this show. Use the promo code DEAL10. Customers must enter the code at checkout or quote over the phone to activate the discount. The promotion will only be valid for the live show. So this is not valid during repeats or rewinds. I apologise. To qualify, checkout must be completed within 15 minutes at the end of the show. This offer is not limited to one per customer. You can use it as many times as you like. It's a goodie.
It is a good one.
What, can I introduce you to lovely Barbara and Julie, by the way, Scarlett Rose Crafts. What did you guys land on in your earlier hour? Can you remember?
What was it? Oh, it was the extra discount.
Freedom discount.
Freedom discount. Oh, it's a extra freedom.
Extra freedom.
Okay, so that's good. We got something different.
Some good
Which is nice.
Which is really good.
And the beauty is that you get 10% on anything, and you can use it as many times as you like.
Even on the already discounted bundles?
Exactly. Because we've got a great bundle coming up, which you're already getting a great saving on, and then a further 10%. It's a win. How have you both been?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, we've got some new products to offer everyone as well.
We have our new pad.
The pad is incredible. Like, how many layers for that?
About 60 layers to create each page.
So 60 layers to create each page?
Yes. So they lay one day, and then they lay another, then they lay another, and then they move them, and then they lay another, and it just goes and goes.
Wow.
That's so you don't even waste even a centimetre, because the fusion is that tight.
Yeah.
You can pick out little bits, and it's so cost-saving.
But that's what we associate with you both. It's all about quality. We're going to have some fun this hour?
We are.
Good. All right, Barbara, I'll let you get set for demonstration. Lovely to see you. Now, we're going to go down the counter. We have got some goodies. We're going to start here.
Yes.
Tell us
Old Faithful. That's where our company started. This is our Easy Mat. And this is where you will recover and have usable centres out of all of your matting and layering. And then you can also use the other side of it for your designing and putting patterns and shapes and what have you on, and loads of different crafts, not just card making, but we'll get to that more in our proper demo.
It's the ease of use and the versatility, because whether it is your 12 by 12s or your smaller sizes, you've got that scope. Can I just pick this up and show you? Now, this is what I love about Barbara is she's got an inventor's mind, and she sensed that there was, as a crafter, she begrudged wasting, because let's say this was your layer, so this was your mat, and then you put something on top of there, effectively all of this would be lost. But with the Easy Mat, what we're doing is we're recovering, so that's one layer, and then you take that bit in here, you get your next layer, then you take the centre bit here, you get your next layer, and so on and so on and so on. So from that one sheet, we've effectively done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 separate frames. And then with the other one, you've got the same again. So the combination, if we just bring that into shot, that's what you would have had, just 2 layers on the side. All that was hiding underneath. Now, whether you choose to use them as frames or you choose them to make your embellishments, that's what my demo will be, just showing you just how much you can use this.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop there because you need to see it in action. You hear us talking about it. We will be demonstrating it in a few moments' time. But remember, if you've had your eye on this for some time, £26.99 is a great price. You're going to save a further £2.69 on the price, courtesy of the deal wheel. So even better value.
Yeah, even better.
Incredible. 221051, your item number. Now, piercing mat. First thing to point out, the quality of that is so dense.
I mean, that is a very dense mat. I mean, you do get your holes in it. It's a piercing mat.
Okay.
But it doesn't shred and it doesn't thin down because it's really nice and dense. But not just for piercing, as we've said before, we say every time, I use it at home for my stamping as a stamping mat. You can use it to roll your dry paper embossing, not your heat embossing. But your dry paper,
don't use heat on
it. Will go up into a lump. Your dry paper embossing to shape all your flowers. And if you buy a separate one, because it's food grade, You can use it as a moulding mat.
And if we are using it for food, obviously we don't ever cross-contaminate.
No,
we just use
you
the
would
food.
buy. But at this
But
sort of price,
quality.
with your 10% off, you now, you know, you can buy more than one.
I'm going to give this a squeeze, and you'll see my fingers turn white. I'm really going for this. And it doesn't.
It's dense, isn't it?
Put me to shame. That's it. I'm going to the gym. No, it is really, really good quality. Over half the stock has gone here. $12.99 your price. You're not going to pay $12.99. Use the code DEAL10 and save a further 10%. Now, I'm excited by this.
No. Well, this is our bundle.
Yes.
And included in our bundle is our new paper pad. Now, this has been bound for us to bring on TV with a cover, obviously, so we don't have to spoil it. But as you can see, the difference with this, it is not paper, it is card. It's a 240 GSM. So you haven't got to layer it onto something else to make a card. You can make a card straight away. And it's landscape. Yeah. Most pads that you buy, which are beautiful, but you tend to find that they are portrait. So you can't actually just score one in half and make a quick card. You've got to cut it out and layer it onto something else. This one, if you've got to do a quick one, score down the middle, fold it in half, stick a topper on the front, and away you go.
Gee, these are amazing. But I've got a question for you, and this is the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Will it work with our butterfly, our book dies?
Yes. Well, that's why we made it that size, because we got in our minds, like we do with everything that we do,
double-sided,
that it would fit one of the pages of the dies that are on the show today. Now, normally what I have to do is I have to make a topper and put it onto my page, whereas now I can put my dies straight across that, and it cuts it out landscape, as it will do with the butterfly die, and we'll see those as we go down the pole. And
designed to work to get the most, because I know that the butterfly dies are
this is where we were saying there's 60 layers. I mean, the underneath layer, the little tiny faded writing is one layer, then the darker writing is another layer, and then that is another layer, and then the ladies and the flowers, and so on and so on. And that's how the designer took.
And even the other side is just as beautiful.
Well, sometimes you want to turn that flower over or curl the petal back if you're making flowers out of it, or corners. And if it's white on the back, you've got to tint it, haven't you, to try and make it match.
I mean, these are absolutely stunning. Now, look, what I would say, you can get the pad brand new by itself. Don't do that, because if you go for, so the price of the pad, $24.99. Apologies, $29.99. But here's the thing, if you go for the bundle, $39.98. Now, you're going to get the plates in there, so a love plate, the heart plate. So effectively, that for a tenner, and you're getting the... Well, and you're also getting... Actually, no, because you're getting the 10% off as well.
Exactly.
Wow.
It just gets better and better, doesn't it? The spin of that wheel has really made a big difference to the prices.
That's under £36 for the whole bundle.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just you know, do it?
And the pads... Wait. So the pad's worth £30, £29 by itself. Yeah. If you use the code DEAL... Freedom price.
I mean, if you've sorry interrupting you, if you've already got the love board, why not do it again? Keep the pad and the plate for yourself, then gift it on to a friend who does crafting. Absolutely. And that's their Christmas present sorted out.
Have a look at that freedom price. If we could see that again, $35.98. Yeah. Now you take off 10%. Your 10%, so that's that's under £33.
We'll be owing you money soon.
Considering the pad by itself is worth £29, so effectively an extra few pounds, and you're getting the whole bundle. Please go for the bigger bundle. For the sake of a few extra pounds, it is more than worth it.
Well, if we quickly show you how it works, I mean, that's just cutting a square out of it, and then that's the little, we call it an American heart, but it reminds us of the American folk art. So that's just using your little plate, but then pop it with your love board. And if we just open that there, I mean, literally, that's only a fold and a fold. But the whole thing, and if we turn it round, back to front, the whole thing is a card.
These papers are card, I should say, incredible. Absolutely incredible, that paper pad.
And your love book, we show them very, very quickly. That's the love on its own. That's with all your own papers. And roses. And that's your little plate, again, little simple heart, slightly elongated heart. So the combinations with what you've got there, using your own card, using our pad, it's just unbelievable.
That bundle, even if you're not a Freedom member, it is a great price. If you are a Freedom member and that is your delivered price, what's even better, there's a flexi payment on the big bundle. So it means that you're not going to pay $19.99, because as a Freedom member, you will have flexi payment, and also it will factor in the 10% saving as well. very busy for this option, and we knew we would be. 334079, your item number. Take it. $17.99 plus, of course, you will be saving that further 10% if you're a Freedom member. That's your first flexi payment. We send everything out to you. You are going to love the new pad. It is exceptional. We flick through. Amazing. Right, now, so the dies which obviously complement the pad so beautifully.
Yes. Well, when we brought the dies out, we got in the back of the mind that what was going to be coming. So we always, like you know us now, everything we do, we'll mix and match with each other, and we use up what you've already got.
Yes.
So your books, obviously now you can use the new pad, but obviously your own paper pads, your own dies to place onto the pages, your own flowers, your stitching. I mean, endless. You've now got somewhere to put it. We've just done a few samples here. That's just showing putting that the rose off the love plate onto one of those pages. But what makes these so special, these dies, is, I mean, you've got 14 for $39.99. I mean, that's a lot of dies
already. Yeah, and it's the size of the dies. Should we just show you?
Yeah, I'll just bring the board into play here.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 straight pages, you've got 2 scallop pages, you've got your spines in page, and then the wires to cut out page. So you've got a solid block and your backing for your open spine. You've got scallops and corners, but of course, snip these off, make them into borders. Yeah. Extend them, make them into bigger flourishes.
I love these, Jill.
Yeah, I mean, I like to just nip that bit off, cut another one out, and put them back to back and make a long border. So look past the fact that it's just a corner.
And then obviously there's the scallop. We're just showing the scallop pages as well.
You can do that.
So that's all the dies that you're getting. But when you consider, look, the size of the dies, I mean, this is your real. These are your statement makes.
They are.
But also, have you seen how well? If I just do you see how the new pad is designed to work specifically with the dies? They are perfect bedfellows.
We've even placed the images so that where your spine runs through the middle, it's not actually cutting through a major image. It's cutting through perhaps script or a little bit of, you know, like ephemera, that you're not losing your actual images.
Clever design.
Like that, we sat down and thought that, one out.
Have a look at this. I'll ask you a simple question. Could you imagine making something like that? And with the dies, this is achievable for any level. 30% of the stock for this option has gone. But remember, this hour and this hour only, you're able to take advantage of that 10% saving, and you're getting the flexi payments as well. Just ensure you use the code DEAL10.
And just to nip a little one in there, if you've got the set and you don't actually want to make a full book, cut a page out, score it down the middle, fold it in half.
Done. Oh,
and then we've got
beautiful little
flat books, which you can now put your ribbons through the spines, you can nip into them and make the spines different shapes. So it's not just a book, it's everything else.
Like that. Now, we're going to move on. We've got more for you as well. So more dies, and this is kind of a system that you're going to build on. So this allows us to put the most lavish detail within our book.
It is, yeah. It's a solid die. Let's put our butterflies, there we go.
Thanks.
I always do it upside down, I don't know why. It's one large die, and that is made to cut out and feed into your main set.
Yeah, okay.
It's usually your top page. They're snippable. You can cut the butterflies out. You can cut the roses out. We've got samples that show you that. But as you can see, it's one solid die.
And they are separate options. So I think at the moment we've got details for the rose.
Which is
let me just pick this one up here. So just show you. So that's a solid die that you're getting. Details are on your screen. That is beautiful. 40% of the stock's gone here.
All we do when you run them through, it is a large die. So obviously some machines, the electric machines may cut it out in one pass. Some may take 1 or 2, but of course we've got our easy shims for your filigree type dies.
There we go.
We show you that.
Very well,
but you've got to treat it like 3 dies in one, because obviously you go from pressure to low pressure to high pressure again. So it will feed one side through, turn it round and feed the other.
Gotcha.
No problems there.
So whether you want to go for, we'll just give you the details for the rose, 249946 your item number, and if we just flash the details for your butterfly, same principle as allowing you to add that beautiful detail, fascination within the books. $19.99 your price there for your fancy double page, but it's not $19.99 because you're going to use the code DEAL10 and you're going to save a further $1.99 there. 278424 your item number. Julie, we are busy.
Wow.
And we should be busy. We should be busy.
I should think so, with all these lovely deals that are going on.
Flights of fancy. Look at this.
Well, what can we say?
Now,
You actually previewed last month our card and you didn't know it. We sneaked it onto one of our samples, and Barbara will show it you later when you're sitting over there. We sort of sneaked one in.
The cheeky sneak in.
But these are them done properly. I mean, again, it's big enough and it runs landscape.
Yeah.
We've put it in the middle of that one.
Ooh, look at
that's using the pad. And that's using the filigree front and back. If we flip it over, we've popped it on the back. There's various ways of putting these together. I mean, you can do it like
a gatefold.
Like a gatefold. There's 4 tabs, and again, Barbara will take you through this a little bit more in depth. But there's 4 tabs, depending on which tab you cut off, as to what effect you get.
Beautiful.
You don't have to use it as a full butterfly. You can add it to.
I'll just hold that up. Oh, look at that.
I mean, that isn't our pad.
No,
obviously, this is some I'd already got. But now, if I do more samples, obviously I'll be using my pad. We've got a separate large one there, just to add to. And as we said earlier, if the camera could pan back a little, if we look here, we've got bunting now.
Oh.
There we go. Cut them all out. So if you've got baby showers, engagements, weddings even, you could dress the cake table or whatever.
So versatile. $49.99 is your price, but look, you're saving 10%. So $4.99 saving, and you've got 2 flexi payments. If you want to pop that into your basket, make sure to use the code DEAL10. We've got our easy shims now. We're going to see at some point these shims in action, but just for anyone who hasn't seen this before, and I'm conscious I know we didn't get to Barbara for a demo, why are these so bestseller every time?
They're easy to use, you keep them with your machine all the while, you always use it as part of your sandwich, and it takes away having to add those extra pieces of card, because it doesn't matter what sandwich you put together from what other company sells their machines, you always find that you have to add a little bit of paper or a little bit of card, because some dies are very filigree. This is what takes away your finding bits of paper and card in the bin.
I'm right in saying it moulds to our individual machines?
It moulds to the machines,
all our machines are slightly different.
It goes from that thick down to thin, but I will show you, because it's easier to show you than talk about it.
Totally agree.
If that makes sense.
No, I agree. $11.98 your price, but again, you are saving that further 10% saving. We're using the code DEAL10, and now diamond trails. Diamond
trails. So we're back to our diamond trails again. They all work the same. If you're new to the show, it's a piercing mat that you either, as we said, piercing, or you can go through with your fine liners, or you can go through with your mechanical pencils. This one is the personalised. We always pull your name into this, whether you're on the show with us or not.
God bless you.
You can't always get Yannis on the card, can you?
Never.
So with your piercing mat, your personalised, you can personalise your cards now. If you're doing craft shows, you can do them blank, and then you can personalise them for people.
That's
so
a great
I can put a 20 on, I can put a 70 on, because we can buy them
Just
already done, and they're great, already done, self-adhesive, no problem there. But we always run out of our vowels. So with a guide, and they've got a little extra line so you can line them up, so you're not going to get wonky words. We can always have those letters and numbers at hand. There's also borders on there, which although they're only small, it's clear and see-through. You can extend them, you line them up and move them along. There's a carry that's got frames and borders and flowers and
beautiful. You're going to love this. $18.99 is your price. 984841 your item number. Now, sticky sheets.
Sticky sheets. Trying to get to the sticky sheets. I managed to get a two-minute demo in this morning, but it's just enough. What it is, we say sheet, but it's actually card. And it is adhesive that is already stuck to the card. In fact, Rachel got stuck to it this morning, so it sticks presenters as well.
There you go.
So it's
Catch a presenter.
Yeah, catch a presenter. It sticks. So we can attach loads of things to it.
Let's have a little look at this.
We've got vellum, we've got felt, chiffon. So we've got material that you can't actually make into a card. Stick it over the sheet. You can now fold it and make it into a card. All your wrapping papers, your flakes, your glitter. Just to highlight that, we've got pots of glitter. Little tiny bit in the bottom. Probably got about 20 pots of that. What do I do with it? Put it over one of our sticky sheets, and that looks a little funky like that, and I don't think I would use it on a card like that. No. However, then run it through my die cut machine, because and I mean, that is a filigree die.
That is beautiful.
Make sure you carry your sheets on, obviously. You can do it either way. You can do a full sheet first, then die cut it, or die cut it out, then take your carrier sheet off. This is your foils. Again, you would normally use liquid and have to wait for that to turn, especially if you were doing, now that it's in an A4 sheet, you could do a whole page, which you have challenged me to do, a book in foils.
Never fail me.
Now, I will do it, I will. Okay. But as you can see there, that's a butterfly that fits all the way across it. How much liquid would you use to put foils on that? So, you know, and again, there it is done as filigree. These are just to highlight what you can do with it. Nice. And then again, we've glittered it. So there's many uses.
Yes.
Sorry, die cut it, punch it. I mean.
That's it. And it is, look, this is a staple for your craft room. $15.99 your price. You're saving 10% on top of that. So $159, 623 819 your item number. Finally, before we go to Barbara, we've got, I know you love this.
The box board.
This is perfect for our pearly pages.
Yeah.
Yeah? So, yeah.
Well, there's people say, oh, it's box board. However, you've made and taken the time to make these beautiful books. You want to box them, but for you to do it, and we looked into this, you would have to have an A4 sheet. Well, most people haven't got a guillotine to cut that A4 sheet down and then take their 2mm off, have they? So we've done it for you. 10 lids, 10 bases. We've taken the 2mm off. If we flip it round the other way, there we go. You can just see the 2mm has already been taken off for you. So you haven't got to do anything other than score it.
Lovely.
So if you score it 3 different sizes, if you score it on the 2 centimetres, you get the large, 2.5 the medium, and 3 centimetres is your smallest. This is for your butterflies, and all you would do is work from the finger hole out and measure 24 centimetres. You would then have to take your millimetres off when you adjust it down that small. But then you can also use it to make your boxes for your butterflies as well.
Look, and you summed up beautifully. When you take the time to make the pearly pages or spend time making something beautiful, you want to display it and present it equally beautifully. $12.99 is your price. You want to pop this into your basket. 750458 your item number. We're going to head to Barbara. Let's jump onto our website. Thank you so much, Julie. So, at the moment, the most popular item is the bundle. I am not surprised because let's just think about this as a bundle. If we can have a look with the bundle, it's the freedom price is around about £35, but then you take off the extra 10%. Suddenly you're paying only a couple more pounds more than if you were to buy the new paper pad by itself. I say paper pad, it is a cardstock. It's 240 GSM, and I'm not talking any old designs here. They are absolute showstoppers, and you're going to use every last scrap. But that big bundle is definitely the way to go. Please don't think you're going to be paying $39.98. If you're a Freedom member, the price comes down. Even if you're not a Freedom member, you're able to take off that 10%. So that's the difference between $29.99 just for the pad or the full bundle. Okay.
Fantastic deal.
That big bundle.
It is fantastic.
Do you know, when we were having our production meeting, I didn't realise there was a Freedom price on there. So when I saw that, because you can say for an extra £10 for the big bundle, that's good value. Freedom members, then you're saving, you're taking down to 35, and then this extra 10% makes a big difference.
It's a wonderful hour.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so what are we going to be doing then, Barbara?
So we're going to look at both of the die sets, and then we'll look at the pad.
Perfect.
Obviously, that is a completed book.
Okay, that's nice.
We've just used the pages, and we've used our script oval toppers, which are on the website, and that's a completed.
Barbara, this is incredible.
It's a statement piece,
No, I mean, statement piece is not the word. You give that to somebody, it's going to go on the mantelpiece and sit there proudly. But also, this is for those major events.
It
so
is.
think about, you want to give someone something that has significance. So christenings, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, moving, new baby.
You're quite right, because we were saying people they don't throw them away.
Absolutely,
they create a library.
I would keep that.
They do. So
library,
engagement, weddings, birthdays, as I say, they do keep them all. And it's well worth keeping because you put love into it.
I keep anything that I'm given that's crafted and someone's put that amount of time into. I've got a box and I keep everything. Okay, so shall we see it in action?
Right. Julie showed you the card with all the different pieces. Basically, you decide, as we've done there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. You decide how many pages you want to do.
Okay.
You've got 3 sizes of the plain edge. You've got 2 sizes of the scallop edge. But when you run the plain ones through, you'll notice there are 4 little marks.
Oh, yeah. And they're important.
They're important because that's where you run it through, then run it through a second time after you've put your trellis.
Oh, so you can see the mark,
So you put a little bit of tape and run it through again. So now we've got a page with our lovely trellis behind.
Nice.
Now, when you're doing subsequent pages, you'll notice that this one here has got a bar across, a closed end. Your subsequent pages, you don't want the bar. So what you do, you put your trellis matching up to those marks. Just make sure that you can see your desk through those little slots.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a reason for that, because it creates an open end.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you put it all together, what you do is you line up your trellis. Because when we make these together, we put wet glue across the back. The final trellis, because you get an outline, you actually cut it all out. So that when you line it up, you won't see a bar on the second pages.
It's very well thought through. But I always find myself thinking that whatever you bring in, I mean, that is a very well-designed die set.
Well, that's it. I mean, obviously we're crafters, and we thought, well, you wouldn't really want to see that bar underneath. So that's why
it's the kind of thing that would bother you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yeah. It would. So that's the basic book.
Yeah. Now, as a crafter, Barbara, what strikes me, the amount of dies and the size of dies that you're getting for that price. And the only reason I say that is because there is a manufacturing cost to creating dies.
Yes.
So that's why dies are a certain price. But so for that price point, remember we are saving that additional 10%. You're getting, I know it says 14 dies, but we're not talking itty bitty dies here.
No.
These are large, substantial dies.
Well, they are extra large dies. And I mean, there's a lot, it all depends on the weight of the metal. And there's a lot of weight of metal there. But we wanted to keep the books affordable.
You have, because you would think that I could quite easily see that set being a lot more expensive.
Oh, yes. I mean, sometimes I've done it in the past. I've paid that amount for one die.
Yeah.
You know, but now we want to keep them affordable because we know what extra we're bringing out. Because as we did, we then brought out the fancy pages.
So now the whole point of the fancy pages, they work with your pearly pages, but they add even more interest and intricacy. I'm thinking techniques here. Get some of the sticky sheets behind if you wanted to put some glitter. Which we've done. Or you can foil, or you can paper piece in there.
And when you think about it, you've got 3 dies in one there. For $19.99.
It's great.
I mean, this is incredible.
And look at the size of that. That's when we talk about, that's the kind of die you could see being 30, 40 quid just for one die.
Just for one die.
Yeah. We've got the details for the Flights of Fancy on your screen. We've also got the other option with the roses as well. The butterflies on there.
Yes, the reason we did this, because we thought if we did it as a panel, you might get the one straight and you might get the other one a bit squifty. So we thought, well, let's make an extra large die. That's the way they need to be treated. You run through one, it depends what machine you've got. Some will do it in one pass. Some of them you'll need to do one side at a time and then twizzle it round and do the other side, because you're treating 3 dies in one.
Apologies if I confuse people. The Flights of Fancy is at the bottom of your screen, and this is our Flights of Fancy, which we are about to show you here. So that's the Flights of Fancy. So sorry, with the pearly pages, you had the butterfly or the roses. Those were the options for the open book.
And because I'm a butterfly girl, we wanted to create this beautiful butterfly.
Now, I haven't seen anything like this before. That is stunning, Barbara. Absolutely stunning.
Well, what we wanted to do was create this real statement piece again.
Looks like the pearly gates.
It does.
It does. The intricacy that you're getting here works so well with the gatefold, but even if you just want a standalone, you don't need to put any folding elements in there.
No, I'll show you in a second.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, this is so simple to put together. It is basically your butterfly shape with 4 tabs, and you've got this in a large size and a small size. Everything's repeated, and you get flowers and you get leaves and you get the body piece. But literally, the reason we've given you the 4 tabs, if you want a side opening, you'll cut those 2 off. If you want them joined to something else, you use all 4. If you actually want to do the fluttery wings, you cut them out the same, and then take off whichever side you're doing, left or right, fold it in half, and then they just get attached this way. So this is how simple they are to put together.
What I love about you, Barbara, and no one needs me to say this because your pedigree in the crafting world, but you're a crafter. So when you say stuff like that, everything yourself and Julie you bring, you're always seeing it from that crafty stance.
Well,
and that makes a difference. That makes a massive difference, actually. We'll just grab that.
There you go.
Show. Actually, it's a good point. Thank you, Julie. Shall we just show you this little board? I'll hold it here so I'm not covering you up there, Barbara. But you can see everything that you're getting in that one set, Flights of Fancy. Now the size that's one die cutting those out, and you've got all those other elements in there. But what I do love, Barbara, $49.99, we're saving a further $4.99 that you wouldn't have, because we could have landed on anything this hour.
I think Julie's telling us it's upside down.
Is it upside down? Okay, there we go.
There you go.
That makes more sense. Okay, so there you go. You've got them all in there. The leaves at the bottom too, so make the most of it. Okay.
So what I'll quickly show you now is a few samples for the books.
Now that's lovely. Christenings.
As we said, christenings with a closed spine at the back so you can put your pearls in.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Who wouldn't want that?
Oh, come on, that's lovely.
So we've got that one. We've got.
That's adorable.
As we were talking, there was the bride.
Yeah.
And then
And then you could put your own pictures in there as well, make it personal.
Rage your gardening books.
Oh yeah. Oh, no,
and your cookery books.
The beauty is you decide the narrative of the book because you've got the foundation of the pearly pages and then you decide the look, the feel. You can use obviously the new pad and the bundle designed to really bring it to its own. And we've got to tell you the bundle is busy. I think, thing is, I'm with you on this. I love a bargain. I absolutely love a bargain.
Don't we all?
And we've taken it to that next level with the pad. But I do love the fact, whether you buy the pad individually or as a bundle, the bundle, if you are a Freedom member, factor in the 10% as well. You're only paying a few pounds more and getting the full bundle. But the pad designed to work with everything we're showing.
Well, yes, I mean, there's so much to show you. But
yeah, please go through. I'm sorry, I feel I'm waffling.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Handbags from butterflies.
Well, that's lovely. Yeah.
Journals from butterflies. Because if you look at it, we've used the wings as pockets.
Oh, that's clever.
Obviously, there's a full one there. We've used the butterfly as pockets. Because, as you know, journaling is big at the moment. And then, what I'll show you now...
Molly, our director, she loves her butterflies. And she was saying every time you come in, she loves the butterfly. She loves seeing this.
Well, she's a girl after my own heart. Yeah. So we've got all this, and we said, well, right, we're going to take it this stage further.
Okay.
You actually, when we launched Flights of Fancy, do you remember you picked this one up and said, I love that image? Yeah. And
I remember it well,
and I said, watch this space.
Yeah, I do remember. Now, can I just show everyone? So this was last time we worked together, and I knew something was in the pipeline. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. Now, I've got to point out that the pad that we're about to show has been specifically designed to work with the dies. So when you're placing your dies on there, they work. They're designed to coordinate, aren't they?
They do. As I say, it's card. It's not paper.
Yeah. 240 GSM.
Yes, and it's acid and lignin free.
That's important.
And it's got a beautiful sheen. It's not shiny. It's not matte.
I'll lift it up and show everyone. We'll go through just so we get a good look, shall we?
Yeah.
I mean, they are. Have a look at that. And double-sided as well.
It's double-sided because obviously if you want to turn your page over or you want to do curl-back corners, because I like doing a lot of curl-back corners. But with all the imagery and the way it's been fused together, we're not wasting a single area or a single centimetre on that.
It doesn't matter what size. That is stunning.
The peacock. And we've done them in, you've got 5 blue, 5 green, 5 pink and 5 lilac.
Oh, that's it. So you've gone through that colour gambit.
We have, yes. We've got lots and lots of different options, different themes. But this vintage chic range, as I say, this is the first one. This one's called Classic. But obviously there'll be more coming along. But
beautiful. Now this pad by itself, $29.99. But you can see if you go for the bundle, $39.98. But look what happens if you're a Freedom member. If you're a Freedom member, the price will go down to £35 and some change. And of course, you will be able to take advantage of the flexi payments on there as well. Absolutely stunning. Okay, I'll put that down. Okay.
I'm very aware of Julie having to get her demo in, but why not make it into covered boxes as well?
Oh, no.
So
it's a construction weight.
Yes, it is. It's a lovely weight for doing your boxes.
That is the most beautiful box. Can you imagine putting it... That is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah.
And then back to my handbags.
Yeah. You like your construction
handbags? I do. I like to make things.
Beautiful. Lovely. And because it's double-sided and you've got so much imagery going on, those layers and layers of detail.
We're not wasting anything. No. And then we've got... Why send a plain album?
No.
Cover it.
Come on.
You know,
use those
send
papers.
something out like that.
That is beautiful.
And we've quickly got these.
Yep.
This is the pad in use. I mean, no, you haven't got to think what you're going to do with it. You go for a page.
And you don't really need to do anything to it either.
You don't.
Done.
You don't.
You can obviously add a little bit around the side if you want, just to add that edging detail, but you don't need to.
Even the baby ones.
Oh, that's good.
Even the baby ones. As I say, because the imagery is so tight, you'll always find a beautiful part. You haven't got a plain bit anywhere.
Nice. And you were saying you'll use every last scrap.
You will. You will.
You scare me when you keep looking at your watch, Barbara. I feel like I've been talking too much.
No. I know what Julie's got to do. But again, just a simple double fold card in half and half again. And there's your love plate.
Look at those papers though.
But you don't need much else, do
you?
You
really
got,
don't.
you got the love plate.
If you're just starting out, this is a very easy win. If you're an experienced crafter, think about, and look, you can't get any more experience than Barbara, think about the kind of construction that you enjoy doing or using with the pearly pages.
Well, it brings in all the crafts. Yeah. We've covered everything, you see. This is just a page of your book, but this time we've creased it down the middle and you've got a card, so you don't have to make a book.
Okay.
Again, using your love plate, you've got the pearls sort of delineating that image there, and Julie's coloured them afterwards. I love the rose on the love board. What we've done there, we've used Easy Mat and we've taken out just that little image, replaced it with the heart. That's not cool. A heart, it's a rose. That started in my brain before my mouse in gear. And that's the rose off the love plate that's included.
Bear that in mind because we're going to be seeing the Easy Mat in action in just a moment.
And there's the baby.
Now, just to say, see that price, $35.98. Take £3.50 off that price as well because we've got the code DEAL10. It's on the screen. We've got to move on, Barbara. I'm so sorry. So receive 10% off during the show. All you need to do is enter the code DEAL10. You can see full T's and C's on our website. Do have a little look. The beauty is that this isn't one per customer. This isn't a question where we say you can only use it the once. You can use it as many times as you like, and we have got some bargains on the show. For me, the standout star is that brand new pad in bundle form. Because remember, the pad by itself, £29. So you can see here, if you were to buy the pad by itself, £29. Thank you, Julie. Julie's on it. There we go. Sorry, there's the pad. Now, this is just for display purposes. It's been bound, so it's just easier to show you. I won't flick through it all, because I know we spent some time doing that a few moments ago. But 40% of the bundle is gone. Let me just explain this. Pad by itself, £29. If you go for the bundle, it's $39.98. If you're a Freedom member, the price will come down to $35.98, and then you can take an extra £3.59 off that as well, and that will make, obviously using the code DEAL10, so taking the price down to £32.40. So it's either £29 for the pad by itself or £32.40 and get everything. And I will show you what you're getting. But the pad, I'll flick through like this because I know we've got to move on. But it is such a sumptuous pad. The detail is incredible. And you can see it. You don't need me to tell you that. Okay, so there's design for every occasion. Remember, with the bigger bundle, you're not just getting the pad, you're getting everything that you're seeing here as well. So you've got the Love Diamond Trail plate and the heart insert as well. Very, very, very busy for that option. As we move on, also busy for our die sets, pearly pages. It's that showstopper. And we talk about mantle pleasers, and I adopted that from Alex, lovely Alex, presenter Alex here. She loves her mantle pleasers, and this is the occasion where we can make something like this. Or maybe you want to make something like this. I mean, absolutely stunning. Over half the stock has gone here. I'm just going to show you here. What about that? Woo-hoo, come on. But don't forget, you can use your 10% discount on this option as well. $39.99 your price. You'd be saving $3.99 using that 10% code too. Right, we've also got the elements. So what these allow you to do is to embellish your pearly pages. Now, I'm just going to show you here. This is the rose option. So this is our pearly pages rose fancy double page open book die. 60% of the stock's gone here. $9.99 price. Look at this. If I put my hand into shot, as we all know, I've got a big hairy hand, but you can see the size of the die. I mean, traditionally, you could see a die of that nature being a lot more expensive. That is a great price. Gets even better using the code DEAL10. Busy for that option. We've also got the Butterfly Fancy. Same principle. Butterfly Fancy, 70% of the stock has gone here. $19.99, and what these do is allow you to embellish your pearly pages even further. Just showing you the two options. So there's the butterfly. Oh, stunning. And there is the rose. Right, we've got to move on because I know that Julie has a lot to show you. We're going to shop by brand. Just jump onto the brand and you can see there on the website. Just type in Scarlett Rose Crafts and you'll be able to see all the goodies that Barbara and Julie bring to Hochanda. So do have a little look. I've got to tell you, the Easy Shims, always a bestseller, and this is no exception this hour. So a lot of you are popping those into your basket. Right.
Right.
You ready? I'm going to step back and let you go.
How long have I got? 20 minutes, let's go.
We've got time, we've got time.
Easy mat.
Yes.
We'll go for the easy mat.
Okay.
So, easy mat. This will help you mat and layer. It'll help you recover the middles because we got our cards. I hate the word, but we got our cards. It's wonky. We waste it because we have to retrim it again, and especially when you're buying your new pads now, whether it's ours or whether it's other companies.
You're not going to hide or waste that.
You don't want to waste it.
No.
You don't want to lose what's underneath. So with the easy mat, it will help you. As we've said, and we've said before, and you showed the board earlier on, we normally mat and layer like this, and we recover, and we lose, I should say, everything that's underneath. We haven't got time, so we mess about, we stick it all together, we grit our teeth and we use it. Whereas, and create one card. And I've broken into more card to get those embellishments. Whereas now, with the easy mat, you'll make that one, you will make that one, and you will make that one. So all the frames and all the embellishments were underneath. That doesn't want to stay up, does it? That's twice on the board. It's flying off. All that was hidden under there.
Wow.
And it's just so quick and easy to do, you will do it.
And when you see Julie working with this, you really will get a sense of just how easy and quick it is to use.
It is. Well, if we look here, it's a clear acrylic plate. We've got a grid of holes on this side with numbers running, and it's every ½ inch, 0 to 7.5, 0 to 11. And then we've got our guides on the side. But I'll start on this side first. We've kept it in ½ inches because we still tend to buy our cards and papers 12 by 12, don't we, and 5 by 7. So we basically kept it as one measurement. But if you want to measure in centimetres or by eye, you can still use it, but slightly different. But I'll do the basic way first. So if I want to say cut a layer out, and I haven't got my cutting machine to hand, and I don't want to get up away from my desk, you can do it like this. I'll pop it back on the piercing mat, and I always do this, but I think you can see it better. So what we do, pop the layer that you want to cut underneath. So we'll say we want 5 by 5.
And we always just line up the corner, that's it.
We put the 0 on the corner, running them across the top and down the side. Find your 5, or whatever measurement you want, find your 5, bring them together and mark. And that's it. You might want to put one on that, and you might want to put one there. It's entirely up to you. You can use a mechanical pencil if you wish.
I mean, that is so simple.
It's quickly, and you've now measured out a 5 by 5, and all you do, I mean, it's not rocket science. You just join up the dots, and you've now got your layer. And you would do that for every layer that you want to do, whether it's oblong or square, as long as it's ½ inch in between. So that's the first one done. We'll put that in the bin.
One thing to point out, so when you are, as we say, retrieving the centre, if you've tried to eye it before, do it before, if you get the wonky lines, then it stops you from using it, or you're having to trim down more and more and more to use it. Here you get that precise
You're wasting
retrieval.
and wasting all the time. So now you've got all your layers, and this is how you mark out to recover. So now, because we've done them every ½ inch, you pop one hole on each corner, like that, and you come in one diagonally. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And that's measuring. That's my kind of measuring.
I would normally do that on each layer, but I am conscious we're short of time. So let's just pretend I've done that on every layer.
Fair enough.
How quick was that? So all you do now, as we did before, you just join the holes up. And what you're doing is you're recovering a perfectly measured, and obviously you have more time than me, so just join your holes up like that, and what you're doing is you're recovering a perfectly usable topper. So let's bring that round to there, and this is our last one. Obviously I'm not doing it as precise as you will, but you can see where we're going with that. So if I'll give that to you. So that's perfectly usable straight away.
Easy is that?
Yep. So what we end up with, as we've got here, now, from that piece of paper, from those there, Yanis, we've now achieved that and that out of that. And it was really quick and easy to do. If I pop these, without dropping them on the floor, if I pop these on some base cards, you'll see how we go with this. Pop that one down there. So we can either pop them back together how we would have done originally, which was what that piece you held up there. Pop those back together like that, and we can leave them as frames. Or we can pop one of those extras over the top, and we've got all our embellishments to use on top. Or bring it back, let's split it to a second card. And we've now got embellishments for 2. So let's start saying that we're taking those frames out. So we've now got a third card on there plus extras. We've now got a fourth card plus extras, and we can just keep going, which is like you showed on the big board earlier on. You can just keep going and going and going, all out of that original 3 layers, 4 layers.
Amazing.
We've achieved so many cards. So that's one of the options. So as I said before, if you want to do it in centimetres, or you want to do them by eye, again, in the bin, floor, 5 1/4.
Yeah.
So we've gone by 1/4 of an inch.
Right.
Or centimetres, or by eye, because sometimes we line them up and we put a mark and cut them out in little tiddly ones.
Yeah.
Now they won't actually fit on the corners. If I pop that there, you'll see they're not actually on the corner now, are they? So we've got different ways of doing it. You can either bring it over slightly, bring them inside, now come in one, because it's the coming in one that's doing the measuring.
It's just having that uniformity.
Yeah. Or we can take it to that corner, mark one, take it to that corner, mark one, take it, and so on.
Get it?
Same difference. If we've got a 12 by 12, now again, we might not be card makers, but we're scrapbookers, and look how much you'd waste on that page and on that page. You could do 12 by 12. Even though it's bigger than the board, all we do is we pop it on the corner, come in and mark, turn, come in and mark, turn, on each 4 corners. So now we've recovered that out of that. So now can stretch to 2 pages in your scrapbook, and again and again.
That's a large amount to waste.
Or you could use that now on your cards, or put it on your journals, or save it for later.
Nice.
Because it's quick and it's easy to do.
And it really is.
It is.
So any questions, by the way, feel free to get in touch, studio@hochanda.com. And for anyone who has just tuned in, remember the deal wheel has spoken for this hour, so you can save an additional 10% on anything you purchase during the live show. All you need to do is use the code DEAL10 or just quote it to our lovely call centre staff.
And use it as a ruler, as we said. You may want to cut apertures out. Yeah. Lay it over the top, cut your own apertures out, so that you haven't got to pay that little bit extra to have them all pre-done for you.
That's cute.
It's easy to do, so you can
just
make your own.
Now, come on, turning your normal card blanks into apertures, I think that is fantastic.
Doing that by eye, and we've all tried it.
Yeah.
We either have to get our die cutting machine out, and we have to get a die that's the right size to cut it out, whereas now you can do it yourself.
Make it work for you.
And if you've bought our paper pad, or if you've got your speciality 12 by 12s, to get to that little part of that image there, I've got to cut in, or I've got to cut in, and to get to it, no. Lay it over the top, mark where you want it to be.
So you can focus on an element.
Out, you've left it all intact, because there you've got that little bit there was just perfect to use down your card.
Perfect.
But you'd cut into it before.
Nice.
You've left everything intact. So that's another use for it.
Just got to give you a little update on the bundle, because I know we've been showing you the pad. How much? 60%?
Wow.
Wow, 60% of the stock. And the reason why I sound surprised is because one thing I did know in our production meeting, we had a lot of stock. I'm not surprised though, because the price is fantastic. I don't want anyone paying the full price. Remember to use the code DEAL10. If you are a Freedom member, the price gets even better. On top of the savings, on top of that saving that you're seeing, you're going to save an additional £3.59. So when you factor in the pad by itself, was £29. For an extra few pounds, you're getting the full bundle. And that's why I think it's so popular. Okay.
Right, so this is the second part of it. So as you can see here, we've got some designs. We've got a butterfly, an oval, a heart, a hexagon, which is removable. You've got a frame round there, a wavy line, and a scallop. But of course, the whole of this is diamond trails too. You can mark dots out for cushioning, what have you. So you saw me do that earlier on. I cut that down to a layer. So let's say I wanted to put a design on it. So this is how it works. And all the boards work the same. So if you've bought the Love or you've bought the Personalised, you will use it the same. They're clear and see-through. You can see where you're popping them. So let's say I want to put that design in the middle, and you start to pierce away using your piercing mat. However, you can use fine liners. You can use your mechanical pencil, because obviously you elongate the nib so it goes through the 2mm depth of hole. And all you do is follow around your guide. Obviously, you can do it slower or as fast as you wish. So that's where we start.
That's speed piercing.
Speed piercing. So we can do little plain pierced cards. If I pass that one over to you there.
Yeah, show you that.
So that's really
that's
simple.
very nice.
So if you like your faux art type effects, we can do that.
Got to just say that nearly 40% of the stock's gone of the Easy Mat. This sells out time and time again. It's always a bestseller. $29.99. Now, if you have had your eye on it, take advantage of the extra 10%.
Well, that 10%,
Couldn't pick a better time to purchase. Okay.
We can stitch through.
Oh, that's nice.
We said fine liners. This is where we say the children can get involved. You wouldn't, a younger child with a piercing tool, they can use their fine liners, and that's just how it finishes up.
Oh, well, that's cute. Lovely. Okay.
One board. Oh, we nearly forgot.
Yes.
That was just that heart, but look how different it looks depending on the size of gem you use. You may choose to put one over every hole, a hole and a space. Larger gems. I mean, here I took the large gem row there, and then I filled it in, and I filled it out. And if you're using the love board, imagine that heart. If you absolutely cushion that with gems and pearls, it'd be fantastic.
I like this. This
just
is really nice.
alternate the shapes. They look different every time because it's clear. You could pop a pin in your heart there, say, and move it round.
Oh, nice.
And you could make yourself a floral, like a flower.
Petal,
So the more you play, the more you'll see.
Beautiful.
Stitching.
Okay,
where do we stop? We can't stop. It's just too much.
You said it perfectly. The more you play, the more you'll see.
The more you play,
Okay.
Because when we bought this board out, we just thought, oh, cutting and matting and layering. And then I thought about yes, but I can pick that out. And yes, I can do this. And we invented it. So we found more as we went on with it. And so will you. You really will.
6 minutes.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Look.
Should we do the easy shim?
I think we should. Just show you the easy shim. For anyone who's not seen the easy shim, it's revolutionary. This is not what you think.
No.
And we've got to stress that.
It's not one
you hear that a lot, right? People's like, oh, no, what it's not.
No, it's not.
What makes it so special?
It's got a chemical property. Now, this took, I think we said 18 months, didn't we?
18
well, she did all the different phone calls because we were different manufacturers. We know what we wanted to do, couldn't find the right product, got to this. Fantastic. It's got a chemical property that goes around it and through it. Yeah. So when you start to put it through your machine, if you can see there on screen, there we go, right, see how thick it is? Yeah. Okay. You pop it through your machine between your plates, first pass, and you'll see it starts to get thinner. And you can start using it as your shim from there.
And once we do put it through our machine, not only does it mould to the machine, it also activates all
it activates the chemical that's through it. And what will happen, as it doesn't take many passes to do this, it gets to this. And now it's like felted fabric. Yeah. It doesn't get any thinner than that. That's where it stays. This is what gets rid of you 1 piece of paper, 2 pieces of paper, 3 pieces of paper, all in one, according to the depth of or the weight of card you're using as to how many times you will fold that over.
Well, I've seen you work, and this becomes part of your regular sandwich.
Yes, I don't even think about it because every company has got their own sandwiches, haven't they? Obviously, depending on what plastics and whatever they use. But you always find you need that little bit of paper extra.
Not having to remember the shims for the different dyes.
Whereas you can put your sandwich you as normally do, because it's what we do at home, and then I always put that in as well. I don't even think whether that cut dyes or not. That cut dyes or not, I won't change that. Dye cuts or not. I just pop it in every time. If we show you how it works, this is what will normally happen to you. You pop your dye on.
Just got to say, if you do want to take advantage of the 10% code, please make sure to check out your baskets before the end of the hour. Don't miss out, because I know that we are having a really popular hour.
Okay. So, for this one, I will pop, sometimes I will put the plate over in the different sandwiches. You might put your plate, then that, and then your shim. You'll find your own way with your machine. But for this one, pop your dye on, pop your shim over the top, pop your plate on the top, and then run it through. And now, this will cut straight out. What I will do, because I've got ahead of myself, I'll show you the after, and then I'll show you the before.
That's all right.
We'll do it the other way around. Well, now, this is what happens. It's a silly woman. I'll do it the wrong way around, shall I?
All right. There we go.
Cut.
So this, we'll do it without first. Yeah, we'll do it without first, yeah.
This is what normally happens. Okay, try again, take 2.
You two are going to have a good little giggle on the way home. I've seen Barbara's noticed.
This is the after. Oh, please, we've had such a lot to talk about today. This is what normally happens. It doesn't cut out.
So you can see here, and we've all got those little dies, those fiddly little dies. It's cut, it has cut some of it, but it certainly hasn't cut it out. So you're running it back and forth, adding shims, trying to get it to cut. Now look what happens using the easy shim.
No, this is what you do. You put your dye on, you put that on, and then you send it through.
Okay. So with
you
the
hear
actual,
the machine.
And do you know what I like about,
You can hear the pressure.
Going through.
So that gives you that extra pressure. Sorry, Annie.
That's all right. No, I was going to say, what I love about the Easy Shim is that it's moulding to our individual machines. Because even if you've got the same machine as, say, a friend, your machine might be just, our machines have their own little nuances.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Straight through.
Perfect.
There we go. Straight through. And this is what it does. It just takes away you doing it once and it not cutting, and then I've got to get in my bin and I'll put a bit of, and then you've got to find scrap paper because you don't want to use your good paper or your good card.
Straight away.
I just leave it with the machine.
Okay.
I don't.
Busy for the Easy Shim. We always are. I mean, the Easy Shim, the amount of shows I've done with you both, and it's sold out. We brought it back. It's sold out. It's sold out. $11.98 is your price. But remember, you are able to take advantage of that 10% saving as well. Just going to give you some updates because we are having a busy hour. So I can tell you that the open book die set, you look at the amount of dies that you're getting there. That's your pearly pages. 80% of the stock has gone there. Very, very popular option. Using the code DEAL10, you're saving a further $3.99 on that price as well. The rose pearly pages, so allowing you to add that intricate detail into your pearly pages, designed to work. 80% of that's gone too. Ooh, busy. $9.99 at your price, 249946 your item number. And then we got the butterfly fancy as well. Now this one has technically sold out. Wow, what a busy hour. $19.99 your price, but I'm afraid if it is in your baskets, do make sure to check out. If any do bounce back, I think somebody will nab it off you. The bundle. Now, the bundle with the brand new pad, exceptionally busy. And I'm not surprised.
10%, I mean, come on.
Well, when you consider, and I'm just going to get the pad again. So the pad by itself, $29.99.
If you've got time.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
So showing it, okay, having a little look, and I'll flick through. You can see the quality of the design, the layers, and it was interesting listening to Barbara when she was saying you've got the different colour tones. So you've got your greens, your blues, your purples coming through here. But look, layer upon layer of detail, double-sided, perfect to work. This pad was designed to work with your pearly pages. Now, if you do go for the bundle that you're seeing there, not only have you got access to your flexi payments, you're getting your diamond trails in there as well, and the heart insert. But this is the thing, you're getting your diamond trails and heart insert for effectively a few pounds. Because the pad by itself, $29.99, and if you do take advantage of Freedom membership and the 10% saving, I think it's $32.49.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
Come on.
Even the front sheet, it's still made of the same card. Don't waste it. Get your little dies out. Bring that into shop there. Yeah. Make your little tags. Don't waste anything. Then even these little bits. Use your flower. Crafter. Yeah, exactly. Use your flower dies, because once all your filigrees cutting them out, you lose the image, but you get the colours. Nice. Don't even waste the front sheet.
Time has beaten us. We've got to get away from Barbara. Have you had fun, Barbara? Yeah, you go. And I know you're going to be having a giggle on the drive home. Yeah, you are. Look at that smile from ear to ear.
I'd even put the die in upside down.
Julie, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. I always love working with you guys. So that's it for this hour. Please make sure to check out before the end of the hour and use that code DEAL10 if you want to take advantage of that further 10% saving. Thank you so much, Julie, Barbara. It's always a pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed it. Got plenty more, though, coming up.